Hey guys, I want to jump on here really quick and do a video for you because to me this is kind of like, it's a fairly exciting find. Beauty blender dupe. I mean, we're always looking for one because a beauty blender is 20 bucks. And yes, you can get them on sale sometimes, but it's still 20 bucks. So I'm gonna run through this really quickly because there really isn't that much to say. So this is the NYX Flawless Finishing Sponge, I think. It's $8. The beauty blender is 20 bucks. Now I have wet both of these already, just so you can see the comparison after they're like, you know, all kind of soaked with water. And, you know, obviously you squeeze them out. But so this is the NYX one and this is the beauty blender. And they're dirty because I used both of them. I've been testing them out for a week. When they're dry, the beauty blender one feels softer. But once you soak them in water and get the water out, the NYX one is softer. Now, I don't see a difference in terms of application. I think it looks really beautiful. I had originally looked at the NYX one and thought that because the pores were kind of bigger on the sponge, it wouldn't blend out as well, but there's absolutely no difference. And if you look at the shape, you can see that the NYX one has kind of that flat edge. So that really helps you press your foundation in more, and it also is better for powder. However, because it has kind of that shape, I think that it takes away a little bit when you're trying to get into like the corners, because the beauty blender one is much, I guess it has more of an actual point going under the eyes and in the inner corners as well as around the nose, and like, you know, there's all kinds of interesting crevices around the nose. I think the beauty blender performs better in that sense. Now at the end of the day, I think I still like the beauty blender more, because if you look really closely, let me see if this will autofocus for you guys. So NYX, this is the NYX one, and this is the beauty blender. You can see how large those pores are kind of on the NYX one, which means that over time, as you're using it and putting water on it and squeezing it out, it's gonna rip faster. And I can just see, like, I don't know if this camera's gonna show it that well, but when I look at the NYX one, I can already see like little pieces of sponge. You know how like when you're wearing a sweater and it starts to pill a little? It's kind of like that look. So I think over time, this one is not gonna last as long. Just based on using beauty blenders or sponges, my beauty blender can last like 5 to 6 months before I feel like I need to change it out. And I feel like just because of the way this one is shaped, I think because of this like flat edge, it also will take away from the amount of time that you can use it before throwing it out. So I think maybe 2 months on this and I might have to throw it out. Again, I haven't tested it out. I've used these both for like a week just to test them out, one side of the face, you know, doing all kinds of things with them. So that's what I've found with my experience. I'm not saying it'll be done in like a month or two, but my feeling is that. Okay, I'm gonna give you kind of my final thoughts in terms of quality, longevity, and then price. So based on that like visual, you can see that the NYX one is just not gonna last as long. And again, it is softer, so I don't know if that means it's less durable, but it is much softer wet than the beauty blender. And I think because it is cut way less elegantly, it's just not gonna last as long. Like I said, it kind of reminds me of like a sweater that's pilling. So I think they both perform really well. For me, it's just a matter of like, I'll have to replace this sooner. And also, this one just seems like it'll like wear through better and like handle, just like, I don't know, wear longer. And I have nails. I don't know if you guys don't have nails, that's one thing, but like when you're squeezing your beauty blender out, you might get a little, you know. And this one, I noticed like my nails really do affect, I think, the longevity of this one. Price wise, like I said, this one is 20 and this one is 8. Now, $20, you can often get them in like 20% off sales, whether it be from like, I don't know, beauty.com, Sephora, or if you have, I'm trying to think of other websites that sell the beauty blender, but there's a lot of makeup and skincare websites that do sell the beauty blender that often do 20% off sales. So then you can get it for maybe $16 a pop. And you're thinking, okay, great. At the same time, this one is $8. You can get 2 of these for the price of that, even on sale. With the NYX one, it's sold on the NYX website. I picked this up during the Black Friday sale, so I got it for 40% off. But if this ends up at Ulta or CVS or even Target, any retail location that sells NYX, you can easily use coupons in it. And NYX can be buy one, get one half off. You can use like a $3.50 off 10 from Ulta, you know what I'm saying? So it can become even more affordable. So those are my thoughts. I in terms of application and how your makeup looks, I think it looks the same. So at the end of the day, it becomes a matter of like how much you're willing to pay, or like what's more accessible to you, or kind of how often. I mean, if you're someone that likes to replace your beauty blender often, then maybe this is better for you, because if you want to drop this in a couple months and get a new one, I mean, I think this is the better way to go, because you can get it on sale, you can kind of stock up on it. If you really do love your beauty blender, I think the best place to buy them, if you're willing to kind of forego for the cash, is Friends Beauty, because they sell, I think, 6 beauty blenders and a beauty blender solid cleanser for 80 bucks. And if you sign up for their website, I think you always get 10% off every item, unless it's already on sale. So I'll leave all the information below so that you guys can kind of reference it and kind of feel it through. I might even leave like a, just like a, what do you call it? A written out summary, just kind of pros and cons. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Have you tried this one out? And if there are other dupes also, please let me know. I know the Real Techniques one is very close, and I have used it, and I do like it. I just feel like it's larger, and I know this is like a totally like not technically valid point, but I just don't like that it's orange. I like using black beauty blenders because A, I love black everything, but I also just think that in terms of looking clean, the black ones just don't show as much. So those are my thoughts. Leave any of your insight below, and I will talk to you guys really soon.